We've told countless stories about Ingalls shipyard, but one story you may have never heard is the riders of the storm.
Those are the men and women who stay at the shipyard during South Mississippi's roughest weather.
Noah Noble introduces us to the shipyard's most notorious riders, the riders of Hurricane Katrina.
I pride myself in trying to be a strong man and do everything textbook, but there is no textbook to prepare for what we experienced.
Jody Johnson thanks God that he's still here to share his story of Hurricane Katrina. The general foreman was working on the USS Mesa Verde in August 2005. Not only did he volunteer to ride out the storm on this ship, he felt it was his duty.
I was raised, if you start a job, you see it to the end, and it's part of my responsibility. It's part of what I signed up for.
Johnson was among 500 workers who stayed at the yard, storm riders they're called. But nothing could have prepared them for this storm.
Katrina was completely different. When the wind and rain got here this time, it didn't stop. The water finally breaks the dock, and we go from bone dry to about 5 feet in just a couple of minutes. It was incredible, and it was intense.
Manufacturing director Chris Helton was on another part of the yard when the reality of Katrina's power set in.
That's when you started hearing a lot of the roaring wind. And as the wind would come in and roar, we have these big roll-up doors that are 16 foot wide on the depot, and you'd start seeing them breathe in and out as the storm is rolling. And so actually one of them started to tear and started to pull off in the wind, and quite frankly, that's when we all started heading to the stairwells then.
Helton says he could barely comprehend the destruction unfolding around him.
So if we were getting that hit that hard here, what about our families across the coast? You kind of just went into almost a shock and awe moment of disbelief.
But even the darkest of clouds have silver linings. And when Katrina's fury faded to a blue sky, horror turned into hope.
Even though this was one of the most devastating things I'd ever witnessed in my life, it was also some of the brightest spots that I'd ever saw in my life. I saw people completely unselfishly doing acts to help someone else that they might not even know. We had employees swimming through the buildings, finding floating refrigerators, tied to ropes to get insulin out of those refrigerators for diabetics that were on the second floor that they'd never even met before.
I saw some of the best in humanity out here. I give God the grace and thanks every day for letting me be here, because there was a couple of times I didn't know if I would be here today, because it really did get that bad out here.
In Pascagoula, Noah Noble, WLOX News Now.